Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to cook the best collard greens in the world, and I literally mean that. Right here I have my very large bundle of collards. I found a pretty good bundle of collards. I'm going to be showing you how to cut them and prep them for cooking. And then our ingredients, I have 2 large turkey legs. You can use wings if you like, or the hog. I'm not sure what's your preference, but whatever you choose to use. I choose to use 2 legs. That's completely up to you. And also we have a very large onion that was already cut up. I already chopped that up. So that's a large onion. And then I also have my chicken broth. And then I have 4 tablespoons of butter. And these are 4 chicken bouillon cubes. So I'm gonna need 4 of those. And these 3 right here are actually optional. You don't have to use this. This is my choice. I like to put some of my greens to the side and make them spicy. So that's completely up to you. That you don't have to do this part. But I have 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, and I normally use the vegetable oil I use even if I don't use the spices. So that's completely up to you. It brings the flavor out even more. You don't have to use it. It'll still be great even without it. But it just brings a better flavor to it to me. And also I have 1 tablespoon of red peppers, and I have 1 tablespoon of jalapenos. So I like to also put a little bit of the juice inside of the greens as well, because I like mine extra spicy. But these are optional. You don't have to worry about these. The ingredients that you do worry about is the onions, the butter, the 4 bouillon cubes, the broth, and the turkey legs. And also the vegetable oil if you would like to try that. If not, completely fine. You could just use the other ingredients. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, so the first step we're going to do is boil our turkey legs. If you don't have a crock pot, use a regular pot. Fill the water to the top, make sure the water is coming over the turkey legs. And you want to make as much broth as possible. If you don't use it all, it's okay. What you can do as well is store the broth in a some kind of storage container that you may have. And so what you want to do is boil it until the meat becomes very tender and it's falling off the bone. And while that is boiling, if you have a crock pot, you can leave it in a crock pot overnight or all day while you're at work, however you choose to do it. If you are boiling it in a pot, then make sure that you turn your pot on high and boil it until it is tender. And while this is boiling, you can go ahead and start on your greens. And we got that done, we can go ahead and start getting the meat off of it. The thing about these turkey legs, they have these little tiny bones that be on them sometimes, especially the really big ones. So you got to be careful to make sure you don't get the tiny bones in your meat. And let me show you. There's some right there. These little tiny bones. All those bones. And so we just want to grate the meat off of there a little bit like that, watching for bones. Okay, so after you finish cutting them, let's go ahead and give our collards a bath. So pour them in the sink, get them good down in the water. Make sure all of them are kind of submerged in the water a little bit. And once you get the collards in the water, go ahead and sprinkle you round about a tablespoon of salt. And what the salt is going to do is going to draw any pesticides that may be on the greens out. And it's also going to get all that sand off of it. And give it a good swirl around and let them soak for about an hour or 30 minutes. I like to let mine soak really good, but you can let them soak for about 15-30 minutes and come back to it. But this is just what I choose to do with my greens, you know, but 30 minutes to an hour should be good. So go ahead and turn your pan on high and add the whole cup, excuse me, not the cup, but the whole container of chicken broth. And then after that, you want to go ahead and add in your turkey leg broth. And so we're going to let the greens, we're going to put the greens in and we're going to let it cook. Go ahead and add your onions. Add your cut up turkey legs, smoked turkey legs. Low on the juice, then do not add water. Add some more of the chicken broth. The chicken broth is going to help it to continue its flavor and it's going to be really good. So add chicken broth and not water until it is completely cooked. You can tell that your greens are cooked by tasting them and and by the consistency that you like them at. So depending on the consistency you like your greens, then that's when you know they're finished, by tasting them. Therefore, you may need to have 2 to 3 containers of chicken broth on handy, just in case you have to use a tad bit more than you expected with your greens. So now that your greens are halfway finished, go ahead and take a small portion for the people that like their greens a little spicy, and just go ahead and add you a few of some jalapenos along with some of the juice. And then after that, you want to go ahead and add you some of your red peppers. Then give it a good stir. And allow that to simmer with the spices until they are completely cooked. So these greens are so amazing. If you could just look, every bite is some kind of meat. You can actually eat these without eating anything else, literally. Just